Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I have my review for the Frontiers Pursuits DLC in Red Dead Online. This was the largest DLC that was added into Red Dead Online, and it's also the best one yet in my opinion. And, I've been playing this DLC for a few weeks now. I wanted to master all the classes, play as much content in this DLC as I can before I make my review, and boy, this DLC is worth playing. And if you're wondering, is Red Dead Online worth playing in case you stop because of the lack of content, it is worth playing. This DLC added so much content to the game, and they have even more planned, and I'm really excited for the future of this game. So let's get started with this review. Frontier Pursuits comes with 3 brand new roles: the Collector, the Trader, and the Bounty Hunter. So let's first start out with the Collector. The Collector is with Madame Nazar, and Madame Nazar, you meet her at her caravan for the first time, and you get this cutscene where she introduces you to it. And just like all the roles, you have to pay 15 gold to get the Collector bag, or you can get it for free if you collect all 54 playing cards in GTA Online. I still collected all 54 playing cards, and I had to pay for it. I don't know why. But anyways, the Collector role, a lot of people were not going to play this originally. A lot of people probably thought that Collector role was going to be boring, but the Collector role actually turned out to be one of the best additions to the game, because with the Collector, you have all these items scattered across the map. You can buy maps from her, and then when you buy maps from her, it'll show all the different locations. You can go to those locations, find them. Early on, it's probably a little difficult with the Collector because the map area, the blip, the yellow blip, it's kind of large, but then it gets smaller over time as you level up. You learn to narrow your search area, and also your controller starts to vibrate more. Your controller vibrates when you're near the items. But you don't just need maps to find the items. You can actually find these items scattered all over the world. They're in many different places. Like here, I actually found this in this cabin here in the woods near Coulter. I found a playing card. And there's so many different items. There's playing cards, there's alcohol bottles, there is lost jewelry, there is necklaces, there is family heirlooms. There's just so many different items that you could find, and they're in so many different places. They're in houses, they're like in trees, they can be hidden in chimneys, they can even be underground. You can actually dig with a shovel. You have to buy equipment like a shovel, but it is worth it, and it's a lot of fun. And the best part of the Collector, in my opinion, is the metal detector, because the metal detector makes the game so much fun, because you have this thing out, and you can find these items in the world. You're just going to be randomly exploring, and then you hear the buzzing sound from the metal detector, and as you get closer, it buzzes more and more and more, and then you find that item. And when you find that item and it's something really good, it really pays off, and you feel really rewarded when you do that. So the Collector, it's a lot of fun, and I do really enjoy it. I didn't really encounter that many problems with the Collector. The only thing I didn't like was that there was a glitch with the maps early on, but Rockstar seems to have fixed that, so I don't really have any complaints about the Collector. I actually enjoy it. And last thing with the Collector, when you complete sets with her, you can actually get a lot more money, and a lot of people have started memorizing where these items are, and over time, you're going to learn how to get pretty good at this. I've gotten pretty good at the Collector, and I've really stacked up things over time. The next role that we have is a Trader, and this is my personal favorite role. And to start out with this role, you need to get a letter from the post office, you read it from Cripps, and then you meet him at the general store closest to you. I had it in Valentine, and when you talk to him, you have to buy the Trader license for 15 gold. For PS4 players, this is for free. Now the Trader, it works as a business, very similar to an MC business if you're a big GTA Online player, and how it basically works is you have materials and production. And materials are things that you find in the world, like you find different skins for animals, carcasses, animal parts. You give it to him. He just won't take meat and unskinned carcasses, but he will pretty much take everything else. And then production, that is supplies, basically. Supplies are just stuff you find in the world, wagons that you steal, bags that you steal, or even certain hunting missions that you take. If you actually have low honor, you will get a lot of steal missions. If you have high honor, you will actually be getting like hunting missions. So if you're going to be doing the Trader a lot, I recommend you actually have low honor, because some of the hunting missions can be pretty annoying looking for that specific animal, so steal missions are always easier. Now, with the Trader business, when you upgrade it, you get up to a higher level, you unlock more wagons. You unlock a medium wagon, which can actually carry 50 goods. You unlock a large wagon, which can carry 100 goods. The business will produce 1 unit every 2 minutes. So 100 units is max, so about 300 minutes, that will be about 3.5 hours. About 3 hours and 20 minutes, but probably 3.5 hours because of all the resupplies that you're probably going to have to do, or if you buy supplies. You can also buy supplies for $20, but I would recommend stealing supplies, especially early on, because it'll help you level up the Trader role. There's also other things that we can buy. We have the hunting wagon, which the hunting wagon is very helpful, not just for the Trader, but just overall hunting in general, because you can store up to 5 large carcasses in here, and you can store many pelts. So a lot of stuff that you wouldn't be able to transport normally, you can actually put in this wagon, you can take it back to Crips, or you can take it to any local butcher and just sell it there. So the hunting wagon is a great addition. There's two things about the trader business that I don't like though. And the first thing is that we have a lot of things that we can buy to our camp now, and one of those things is the dog. Now the dog got a lot of people excited. And what the dog basically does in the camp is, sure, you can interact with the dog, but there's not really much more than that. The dog's purpose is to be able to warn you of incoming raids. So if there's a raid on the camp, the dog is meant to warn you, but we can't take the dog with us out in the world. I wish that we would be able to take the dog with us out in the world. You know, that was just such a missed opportunity. You know, the dog would have been great for hunting. Like, if we're looking for a specific animal, we could tell the dog, we're looking for this specific animal. And the dog could tell you if this animal is in the area or if it's not in the area. And it could help you track animals. It could also help you find certain collectibles. That would have made the dog much more useful. So the way they implemented the dog was just a missed opportunity. The second thing that I don't really like is a trader horse. Now, it's this specific horse right here. If you look into the catalog, the regular horse in this category will cost $150. And if you look at the picture, it's kind of false advertising, because the picture shows the horse actually pulling a wagon. But in reality, you can't use that horse for the trader business. The only reason I bought that horse was so that it could pull the wagon. But I purchased that horse and it can't pull the wagon. That's unfortunate. And the last thing with the trader business is it pays out pretty well. It's really, really good payouts. If you sell up to 100 units, that's over $600. $600. The routes that you take, they can be pretty long and they can be risky from other players, but the payout is worth it. And also, if you help somebody, the payouts are worth it even more, because somebody who helps you sell, they will get $300. $300 just for helping somebody do a max sale. But on the other hand, there's also the risk, because somebody could steal your stuff or destroy your stuff. But the worst is when somebody can get disconnected, because if you close your app, you try to close your app like in GTA, it won't work the same way. You will actually lose all of your goods. And what actually happened to one of my friends, I was actually helping her sell her wagon. We were making a sale, we were a little bit more than halfway to the drop, and then she got disconnected. She got an error because of Rockstar Game Services, and she lost all 100 of her goods. That should not be happening. If somebody gets disconnected because of a bug in the game, they should not be losing all their goods. I'm really happy that it hasn't happened to me yet, but it was very unfortunate it happened to my friend, and I felt so bad for her because she was selling a full business. So Rockstar, if you're watching this video, please fix this right away, this disconnection issue, because somebody should not lose all their goods in their business because they get disconnected. That should not happen. The last role on this list is the Bounty Hunter role, and the Bounty Hunter, to unlock Bounty Hunter, you need to talk to Sheriff Gray in Rhodes to purchase a Bounty Hunter license. It costs 15 gold normally. If you link your Twitch Prime to Rockstar Social Club by September 7th, you got this for free. If you didn't, you have to purchase this for 15 gold, but it is worth it. The Bounty Hunter, it is kind of fun, and basically what it is you're looking for these targets. So you go up to any Bounty Hunter board, and these boards are all over the place. They're at train stations, they're in almost every town, and you go up to this board and you choose a target. Now, they come in many different types. There is 3 tiers of targets. There's a Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Now, to find out what tier the target is the dollar symbol. There's $1 symbol, that's 1 tier, $2 symbols, that's 2 tiers, $3 symbols, that's 3 tiers. And there can also be multiple targets, so there could be even 4 targets, 2 targets, and sometimes there can even be 6 targets. 6 target bounties, these you want to go with friends. And when you capture the bounty target alive, you get more money, your honor does go up, but the thing I didn't like about the Bounty Hunter, what I really didn't like about it is that these missions, they are too similar to stranger activities, because what basically happens is when you capture a bounty target and then you take them to the sheriff, you have to actually wait a few minutes. Well, you don't have to wait, but if you want maximum payout, you want to wait. And it's just like a stranger mission that we're running the timer. We're waiting until the last minute to deliver the target, because the last minute you deliver the target, the more money you get. How does that make any sense? You know, the longer we take, the more time that we waste, the more the sheriff pays us. That really doesn't make much sense. How it should have been is, the faster you get that target to the sheriff, the more money you get. That's how it should have been. Now, the bounty targets, you can also put them in a bounty wagon. You unlock this level 10, and it makes the job a lot easier, so you can also use bounty wagons. There is also player bounties that come with the Bounty Hunter. These are kind of fun, but they're very rare. I did them with my friend, and you can actually surrender to the Bounty Hunter if you are that target that they're looking for. And when you surrender to the Bounty Hunter, you get taken to jail, and you actually have this little animation here, and you spend time in jail depending on how much your bounty is. Each dollar is 1 second, so the longer you spend in jail, let's say that's $20, $20 bounty, you'll be spending 20 seconds in jail. You can bribe the guard to get out of the prison, but it's not really worth it. It's just better to set the timer. You can just get the bounty off you for free. These are fun, but very few people are going to have over a $20 bounty, because in order to go for a player bounty, they need to have over a $20 bounty, and most people are not going to go past 10, because then you can't do stranger missions, you can't do missions from the bounty hunter board, so they're just not really worth it. You're not really going to encounter them in the world. And the other thing is, we have legendary bounties. The legendary bounties, these are actually kind of cool, and this is probably actually the best part of the bounty hunter, because legendary bounties, there's actually supposed to be 7 more of them, I believe. At the time that I'm recording this video, there's supposed to be 7 more, and a new legendary bounty spawns at the bounty board every Tuesday. So every Tuesday they are drip fed, and these are kind of unique bounties. They're basically take you to a specific point, they teleport you to that point on the map, you go there, and there's a story behind that bounty target. It's kind of cinematic, story behind that target, what they're there wanted for, what they do, and they also talk to you. There's also unique dialogue that you can find in these missions. They're very different than the generic bounty hunter mission that you can go for people with. Additionally, with these legendary bounties, each time you complete it, 48 minutes later about, you unlock the second level, and level 5 is actually the hardest one. And level 5 changes dramatically, because a lot of the enemies on the map will not show up there, you only have 1 life, and in most of them, you have to bring in the target alive, so they can be a pretty big challenge, and I really do enjoy doing them. Besides the roles, we also have a lot of new things added to the world in Red Dead Online, a lot more random events, and the random events, they're much more detailed than the random events that we got back in May. Like, take a look at this one. This random event was kind of cool, but creepy at the same time.
Hey there, what you afraid of? I just, come talk to me. You don't know me, but I know you. I've been waiting. I've been watching you. You good. You got... Remind me of me. When I was... been out here a long time. Hey, could you give me something? My belly's aching. Meat? Nice charred meat? That's good. That's good. Oh, yeah. Kindness. See you soon, friend.
We additionally have new free mode events, and these are centered based on the roles. So let's start with the trader first. The trader free mode event is called Trade Route, and this is actually a cooperative free mode event where you and a bunch of other players are actually put on a train, and you can get off at each stop, or you can keep playing, and you only have 1 life at this, and if you survive all the way to the end, you actually get 18 goods for your camp that'll actually go straight to your business, and it's a lot of fun doing this. A lot of enemies are along the way. I have never failed on this one. It's actually pretty easy because you have so many people on your train that you can easily kill all the enemies. Now, the other one is Day of Reckoning for the Bounty Hunter, and the Bounty Hunter ones I personally don't really like. Day of Reckoning is a mode, it's a competitive mode, but you can't kill other players, and it's basically where you're running around trying to capture as many targets as you can and taking them to the wagon. The more targets that you capture, the more points you get. I didn't really like this mode because people were just running around in circles, waiting until more targets spawn. The other one is called Manhunt. Now, this one's a little better, but I still didn't enjoy it because the pay was just pretty bad. This is basically just like a regular bounty hunter mission, but it's in a free mode event, and it's an 8-person, 8-target bounty. You're working with other players, you only have 1 life, deliver all the bounty targets, you get paid at the end. The pay wasn't really that good. The last one is for Salvage, and Salvage is the collector free mode event, and it's my personal favorite one. This is where you get put in an area where there's a lot of collectibles in the area, and you can really stock up on things, and you can find them pretty easily in this. And if you're pretty good at this, you can get a lot of collectible items pretty quickly. You compete with other players, you only have 1 life, but I had a lot of fun with these. They were great. We additionally have new changes to combat. Gun animations are a lot faster. You will notice guns cycle a lot faster, especially for single action revolvers. They just fire faster in general. Additionally, looting animations have been changed. You now loot a lot faster. In the past, it was a few seconds. Now it's like 1 or 2 seconds to loot each body. It's much, much faster. Additionally, we have new daily objectives, which I have on the screen right here. And these daily objectives cover the roles, and they're actually pretty easy and very good to level up the roles. Additionally, jewelry is actually worth more, so you can sell it for more at the fence. There's more of an incentive to go for it. And also, a lot of people haven't noticed this, but wagons, these now carry goods in them, so you can actually hold up these wagons, you can go in the back of them, and you can actually steal stuff. And sometimes I found jewelry in the back, sometimes I found a lot of food, and I stocked up on a lot of stuff just by hitting these wagons, so I really like doing that. And also, we have some glitches in this update. I encountered a few annoying bugs, like this one right here. I was trying so hard to get this bounty out of this house, he just wouldn't get out, the door was locked, and the bounty wouldn't come out. But, you know, name me a DLC that's perfect without glitches. Everything is going to have glitches. So anyways, let's go to our final part, the pros and the cons. Here we have the pros and the cons. So starting out with the pros, we have the trader role. Like I talked about earlier, we have a new camp business. You can make plenty of money from this. Really excited to see how much money I can make over time from this. We have the bounty hunter. The bounty hunter, it's kind of fun, but at the same time I'm just disappointed that it works too similar to stranger missions, where you have to wait down the timer. If I was doing it personally, it would be the faster you deliver the target, the more money you get paid. That's how it should be. It's better than stranger missions, don't get me wrong, but I just wish it would have worked a little differently. We have the collector role, where we can find different collectibles around the map. A lot of fun looking for these, and you know, I love using the metal detector. It's the best part of that. We have new free mode events. Now, these free roam events, I like them a lot. Just the bounty hunter ones, don't really kind of like in my opinion, but I like all the other ones. We have new random events, and I haven't even encountered all the new random events in free mode, so I'm really excited to see what I can still come across. We have faster looting and better gun animations. Looting is a lot faster now. Gun animations are faster, they fire faster, a faster fire rate. We have a new legendary bounty every Tuesday, and there's supposed to be 7 more, so really excited to see what they bring out. We have new daily challenges specifically for roles. That's a lot more gold that we can make and a lot more XP. We also have jewelry prices, which those have been increased a lot, and we have wagons that we can hit in the world that, you know, they have different goods in the back. The cons are, like I said earlier, the bounty hunter is too similar to the stranger, and I'm not really going to criticize the DLC for glitches because, you know, most DLCs and games when they come out, they're always going to have glitches, they're bound to happen, but the trader disconnection issue is one that I have to talk about because that is just very frustrating how you could be transporting 100 goods, get randomly disconnected, not even your fault, and you could lose everything. That has to change. And there's also no new guns. I didn't really talk about this in the review. There's a lot of new melee weapons, don't get me wrong, but I was just very disappointed in a way, or kind of shocked that a DLC this massive does not have any new guns. I mean, they could have at least added 1 new gun, but on the other hand, it's a great DLC, and we have the misleading trader horse. Now this, like I talked about earlier, if you look in the catalog, shows a picture of the horse carrying a wagon, but it cannot actually carry the wagon or push the wagon, as I should say, and we can't use the dog outside of camp. A lot of people were looking forward to this. They were hoping that we would be able to take the dog outside of the camp. We can't, unfortunately. So that's pretty much it for this DLC. I liked it a lot, and I'm really excited to see what they roll out in the future. And what score am I going to give this DLC? I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. I think it's the best Red Dead Online DLC. Really excited to see what else they bring it out. And if you stop playing Red Dead Online, I'd give it a try again. Get back into it. I think that you'll enjoy it a lot. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, drop a like, and if you're new to my channel, jump on subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.